Alright, we're down here at Glasshouse Mountains with a bunch of locals.
You may recognise who some of them are. Let's get the bread, baby.
Yeah, let's go. Welcome back to another Red Dirt Diary episode. We're here in the Glasshouse Mountains, Queensland. We have a massive day planned. We have a huge crew out. I'm excited to hit the tracks and let you guys meet them all.
Haven't been to Glasshouse before, so I'm super keen for today. Alright, well it's all happening here. Everyone is airing down. We've got Miss Vicky Voto taking ages as usual. She blames it on the big cars, but I beg to differ.
Oh, mate.
And we've got, who have we got here? We've got all sorts of cars. We've got this thing here. There he is. How are you going?
Good, how are you going?
You got suspension in this thing?
Not much. No, it just leaves something rear, so it doesn't do much.
This thing is epic. I'm super keen to see it go.
Man, this has to be one of my favourite episodes yet. The convoy of cars we have, oh, I don't think it's any better than this. And the best place to do it all in is Glasshouse Mountain. So we're starting off with some easier tracks today. We've got Bridget coming along in a Hilux, so we're just going to take it easy and then mate leave the big tracks for tomorrow. But I'm so keen to get in today. These cars we've got along with us, amazing. We're kicking this trip off with one of the best convoys we've had to date. First up we have Mac and TJ Jack in the mighty K-Truck. Following along, I've got myself steering the trusty old TD42 Patrol. Brody's along in his obnoxious and noisy Y62. Matt Baker and Semi Eyles riding shotgun in Matt's brand new 3-litre Patrol. And last but not least, we have my girl Bridget in her little but mighty Hilux. So we have a couple of freshly built rigs on this trip. So I think the best thing to do is start off on a nice and cruisy flexi track just to stretch the legs and get everyone a bit warmed up, because later today we're going to hit a couple of harder tracks and not everyone's going to be able to do them, so stay tuned to figure out who makes it to the end of the day.
I might be on a hill. Come on, Betty! Bree's got a win. Problem with carbies is they don't like angles, so it's stalled. This is why I need a Cummins. Yes. This is R&D? Yeah. To decide what engine to put in it, right? Yeah.
So first recovery scene of the day, we're about not even a K down the track.
Not less. Way less than a K.
We are so grateful that we jumped into Sabre yesterday and picked up a whole bunch of recovery here, because we had none on us. So we're going to use it now. Mac's stuck down here, so I'm going to winch him out because he can't go forward and his car won't start either. So this is the situation control here. Going to winch that out. So do it.
If you're in the block with a whip, then raise up a hand or a lighter. Murderous phrases, I'm hyper. Making my way through the night just. If you're in the block or a whip, just raise up a hand on a lighter. Murderous phrases, I'm hyper. Making my way through the night just.
Left from the hood and you can't go back. Trained in the ways of an ancient fact. Blazing the pace with the trees all stacked. Making the waves push people back. People back. Hit the bar, chances you're dead.
Well, Mac's been stuck once. We didn't even make it a K down the track, and then we probably moved an extra 15 metres. And now he's figuring out that his car's not in four-wheel drive, and he's trying to figure out how to put his car in four-wheel drive. Maybe we should jump out and go check out what's actually happening.
We want to get the Chev out and it won't start, so Glasshouse. Unfortunately, the big Chev didn't want to come to party, so we've left it on the side of the track and didn't want to waste any time.
Oh, it's a Polaris screen. I'm back on one of them GU, they're good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's the only one that'll go on mine because it comes out like that.
Playing it.
C&E player, a bit of So Fresh. So Fresh
2009 Autumn Edition.
Right now.
Oh, the best one. You're a man of the classics.
Look at the girl.
Just 2 girls, 5 cups.
No.
So he's just pouring me these triple shots.
Whoa, I've never seen a revision up there.
Yeah, man.
Have you got 2?
Yeah.
I should do that.
And I only got bitten on the legs because my legs were at
Fraser?
Fraser.
Yeah, West
on the
Coast.
legs and
Oh,
the hand.
West Coast.
My-
Hey, editor. Sorry it's such a long clip.
Oh, sorry, Brady.
Shit.
Now that the team is saddled up with cars that actually run, Bree tells us that the track gets a little bit more difficult just further down. We're looking for a track called the Flexi, and I think I know what we're about to find.
This is a really flexy track right here in front of me. I have brand new suspension setup. I've changed a fair few things from the old setup. I've actually limited myself a little bit off-road because I put front and rear heavy duty sway bars. I've gone to the 2.5 remote res shocks and the 10.5 inch where I typically used to run a 12-inch shock. So I've lost a bit of down travel because of that, and then also having my sway bars. So I want to do this track just to see how much I've actually lost, if I have anything at all, and if it stops the car performing from the way it used to. It's been going pretty good so far, but this one will really test it. So I guess we're gonna go check out this track and see how the new suspension performs. You guys, that track was so fun. I haven't done a flexi track like that in a long time. I honestly thought I would have got hung up. I would have thought the suspension would have lost flex because down travel, I don't have as much down travel. It was so easy, eh? I love that. I'm so shocked with the suspension. I really was worried about losing down travel, having the sway bars, that this thing wouldn't flex like an animal anymore. This thing did it a piece of cake. I can't wait to go back and watch that footage because that was so good. How good was that?
Anymore. Gotta keep my hands clean when they come for the ball. Keep it smooth like a dawn, making moves in the dark. Cause I learned how to swim in the pool for the sharks. Now they coaches, cause they can't read all his motions. How the kid never switch codes, but he code switch focus. Tearing down your team with a frozen ice cold look that can end the summer solstice. Cause I'm more like the top dog. Keep on running game and the gang will accost y'all. I be calling plays from a plane while I'm off court. But we ain't the same, you a lame, I'm a mob star.
After conquering the Flexi with flying colours, I think it's about time we go back and we try to save the K-Truck.
So Outback Equipment have jumped on for another 1 month exclusive special offer for our Road Diary viewers, and this month it's the hardcore lights. Now I run these lights in my canopy and absolutely love them. They're super convenient, they fit into any canopy rails, plus they have 3 colour temperatures.
And lucky for you guys, our exclusive discount code gives you up to 50% off the recommended retail price, plus all the 2 to 4 light bar kits gets a free HK Uni light, and 6 light bar kits gives you 2 free HK Uni lights. You guys can click on the details below to check this out yourself.
Got it, mother. Yes.
What do you, as in the straps?
I think this
moment calls for a recovery. We've got all the gear in this bag that you could possibly need, so we're probably going to pull it out with the patrol, and we're going to use the appropriate gear in this bag to save the day.
I reckon you're fine going through the mud roads. You're going down here, you're not getting stuck.
Heck, copy.
It's very deep. I like. It's very, very deep.
No, son! We need to get out of it.
Oh no, I told Brody that the line would be okay. But it wasn't. Now he's bogged and he's towing the K-truck and it's a disaster.
A little bit of armburst.
Oh, listen to it.
Oh, no, back up. Oh, I need my flippers in here. They're coming through the floor. There's so many rust holes in the floor.
I wish I had my windows up because it's full of mud now, but hey, it was fun. It sounded cool. We're dry. Ish. We're dry-ish.
Oh,
Yeah, we're dry-ish.
I've never actually been in so much pain in my whole life.
Yeah, we're dry-ish.
It sounded nice, but other than that, I hated watching every minute of it.
Photo stitch-up.
Yeah,
It's not even that deep.
classic.
You'll be right. Just push through.
Oh, we're just cruising back for lunch. Y62's nearly bogged. The K-truck's filling up with water. It's all happening.
Someone had to create the content, eh? All my Land Cruiser back!
So as you guys can see, the Hilux is starting to tremble in her little boots, and the Y62 has about 100 litres of muddy water in it. So what we're going to do, we're going to leave those two cars here, we're going to get in the big boy cars, and we're going to go and hit some harder tracks now.
Qualifying around to make sure we can go big red, little red.
What are the odds that Matt doesn't make it?
Between...
1 and 1. If he makes this...
We might if you got the perfect line, but it's just unlikely.
If
the any wheels get light, he's done. Oh well, we gave it a crack. Lock is coming in hot.
This is typical Little Red Glasshouse track.
I don't know.
Everyone seems to do a bit of a mischief on the very beginning of it. I think old mate here has stacked the CV. So we're going to winch him back, try and get him out, and then his mate's on his way to help him get towed back out the entry.
Alright guys, this is Lachlan. So Lachlan, you're in a bit of a yeah,
Situation.
you're having a good Saturday.
Yeah. So I was driving up the hill and then
As you do.
fell in and then come back down and snap CVs and now I can't get out. So.
And now you can't get out. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to get Bree to winch him. But we're going to winch him from the left side because he's in a bit of a hairy spot that we don't want to have him tip any further and then potentially roll over. So we're going to just winch him a little bit, see how the car behaves, and then if we've got it, we're going to pull him all the way out so this guy can change his CV and then get back on the road.
Yeah.
Have you got another CV?
No.
Oh.
So we'll drive home.
Oh,
Should be right.
you're off to a good start anyway.
Yeah.
Can't park there.
What do you think?
I'm actually surprised that winch worked easier than how I thought it was going to go down. That was actually quite simple. But I'm keen to see Bree do it. I think that if she gets this, it'll be all the soot, all the noises, all the sounds, and I actually reckon it'll come up pretty exciting.
Oh, this is gonna eat it up. I'm telling you.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
That was the one
That's
part
the
I was
hardest
worried
bit.
about.
This is easy, then the end's hard. Oh, that was it. Now we do Big Red.
I actually haven't seen
Nice.
Big Red. Yeah.
Killed it.
I finally conquered Little Red. It's been about 3 years since I've been wanting to do this track since I moved away from the Gold Coast, and I've finally done it. And it was probably too easy. I'm surprised how easy the car did it, and like, I've been saying this whole trip.
It was a little bit anticlimactic. I could have had my tea in there. Mackle.
New suspension has been working a charm. So stoked with the new setup. Scrub light. That's scrubbing.
Go, Bridget.
He's so traction.
Come!
That's why I got the f out of the road.
If that was steel, it would have foiled around, eh?
Yeah.
But that
Good
shit
road.
just goes.
Come to a bit of a halt. Matt snapped his winch cable trying to winch up Little Red, but because it was on a lean for such long, he kind of lost fuel. So we got it back down flat, but it's not priming up. The injectors aren't, they're not firing. And on top of that, the heater hose is cracked, so now he has a massive coolant leak. So hopefully gonna get this car started and get to the top before we run out of coolant. But if it's not the case, we're trying to figure out whether we just keep pulling him up the thing dead weight, whether we winch him up, or we take him back. But taking back is not the easier option either because it's longer. There's less of an obstacle, but there's still some pretty big obstacles ahead of us if we go back.
Yeah, I'm sort of doing the maths a little bit. We are in a bit of a tricky spot. I think that even though forward is more gnarly, we're on the clock a little bit with the fact that he's losing coolant. We don't really have that much time. So forward, harder obstacles gets us out quicker, working with the fact that we're losing coolant, or go back. I think that going back is probably a bad idea. I don't actually think that it will make it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think if we go forward, it's probably only about, honestly, 20-30 metres of track that we have to get him through. So we at least get into the top of that, then it's fine. It's just going to be a bit gnarly, but we're going to have to just do a couple of readjusting of a winch line. I might have to spin my car and winch him around since his winch is now gone. We want to avoid snatching him up something like this because it's too aggressive of a climb to do something like that. So I think our only option is to winch him continually through the track. Now the best part about Matt being broken at the bottom of Little Red, that allowed us to have front row seats to all the action. We had a few locals come through that kept us entertained while we waited for Matt to get back on the road. Back on the road, so we're going to try and get a local here to help us try and snatch it up Little Red. So I'm going to jump in shotgun and we're going to just try and get it to the top. Little Red, but this track still goes a little bit. And I actually don't know what's ahead, but I've heard some people say there's a bit more involved. So I guess we just have to judge it as it comes and hope we get out to the other end.
Thanks again, Rusty. You scored a Ranger. Appreciate it. Nah. Right, that's for Sailor on my boy. I'm going back to the cruiser.
So as you guys can tell, wheeling took hours, but we wanted to take the opportunity and sit down with the boys and do one of our classic fire talks. This isn't really a fire talk, we'll just call this one a dirt talk. Bree's got some questions, let's get into it. So I think a really good question to work with the fact that we're sitting with such different people in the industry would be, what are your guys' top 3 mods for your vehicle?
Lockers, V8, and tyres. That'll get you most places. Lockers, sliders, mud tyres. Done.
Lockers, when you do get into strife, and we learned that the hard way today, good set of tyres and a good 12-volt system.
If anyone hadn't said it, I would have said it myself. A good 12-volt setup makes a touring trip a whole lot more comfortable.
I drive a Ford Ranger, so I'm going to say jet ski, subwoofer,
and a really good backwards hat.
Really good backwards hat. Maybe black out the whole truck, and yeah, you got yourself a sick whip. Seriously, bulk wheel poke.
That's not even any better.
Biggest lift you can get under it. And lockers, just twin locker, and you'll just go anywhere.
Well, I don't think I'm against any of the mods you guys have just suggested, but I think if I had to do my top 3, a winch, can't go wrong with a winch.
I knew that.
Valid point, that one.
Some lockers and some bar work, and I'm talking from a wheeling perspective. They're probably all the things you need to sort of protect yourself and be safe on the track.
I'd probably recommend a winch that works.
You only get
Mine
100
works.
Alright, so we got another question. A bit more controversial, I guess. Solid axle versus IFS.
Oh, solid axle.
Who drove Big Red? Anyone here? No, just me. IFS.
The GE.
Thank you.
Today.
He's got
Talking about exciting things for 2022, I'm so goddamn proud to say that Matt has an announcement.
Obviously the last couple of trips we've sort of been doing a little bit of collaboration, and we wanted to take that to the next level. So we're basically going to put together what I'd imagine would be one of the biggest collaborations to happen on YouTube so far. So everyone you see here, there's going to be 4 teams made up of myself, and I'm going to drag Berkey out of retirement for this one. He's going to come along with me. Sam Eyles, and he doesn't have any mates, so just Sam Eyles.
I'll probably be James with me. James loves it.
Oh, James, sure, there's a James.
Or Mitch. You'll be one of them.
Then TJ and Mark are going to be a team, and then the 2 girls are going to be a team. The the idea behind this challenge, guys, is we're going to have a budget of $5,000 each. We're going to have to go and grab a budget build car. Mac doesn't even know that it's happening, but he's on it too.
I wanted to do this for so long.
Mac's learning this as we talk about
I'm
it.
so excited he is. Imagine everyone else.
So excited.
$5,000 each. We're going to be releasing a budget build on each of our YouTube platforms of our own builds, and then we're going to head off. We got challenges, we got rules. There's a bucket load to come, but essentially there'll be 4 episodes, one released on everyone's channel, where we head out and put the ultimate little budget builds to the test. So it's going to be a bloody exciting one, guys, and I know we're all absolutely frothing it, so stay tuned. It's going to be sick.
Hope you guys enjoyed this fire talk. That's the end of it. But if you have any more comments you want to hear in the next one, make sure you drop them below. But otherwise, we're off to head to camp, so we'll see you later.
Absolutely.
See you next time. Let's go now.
Sick.
Alive, let's hit the dance floor. Don't work too hard, might break a backbone. Return of the Mac, the king is back though. Corvette and cash, I never lack those. She saw the stone, you know how that go. Fatality, my diamonds that go.
Alright, so this is reality behind the scenes of Red Dirt Diary. We have been on the road for quite a while now, filming a couple episodes, and we're actually in the middle one right now, you're probably noticing. But we're just trying to be real here, so we've got 4 bonnets popped on all the cars here. Every single car has something going on. So we've got the Y62 over there. We think it's on an alternator, so that's being pulled apart and hopefully fixed tonight. Mine, well, you can see the damage that is done here. Not good. Anyway, besides that, and Bridget's down the bottom working on her car.
She doesn't want to talk about it.
Some sand somewhere it shouldn't be in this vicinity of the car, but I wouldn't ask her about it right now. Anyway, so this is it. We're working on the cars. We've got one day to get our cars back on the road because tomorrow we're back out filming and finishing the episode, so wish us luck.
Fast forward a few hours. Zach's turned up to give us a hand. Firstly, absolute legend for coming so late at night. It's a Sunday. Breeze under the car. You can hear them tapping away. They're trying to get the main plug at the bottom of the alternator out, and it's completely stuck in there. I did have a crack today trying to do it myself, and I can tell you it's not easy. So fingers crossed, the two of them together and a little bit of high energy, we can actually get this thing out tonight.
Hurrah. I got it out. No, I'm kidding. I didn't get it out. The boys did. I've been fighting that for a long time now. But it's out. It's
out.
Now 11 o'clock. Late. Hence why we're sitting down.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
Just defeated.
Very defeated, long day. But now I guess you and Zach have the job of pulling the new one back in. Woo! Let's hope it's smooth sailing.
Get it. It's happening. And then the car will definitely 100%.
I swear to God, there's another problem. We're burning it.
Yeah, that's it.
We're burning it. It's done. It's gone.
Alright, let's do it.
So. Alright, so it's been a massive few days and we actually had a lot of things that didn't go to plan, as you may have seen. So we had an epic day wheeling at Glasshouse that unfortunately ended with, well, all 3 cars with the bonnets up. Anyways, we fixed all of them slightly. I'm not going to go into my problems right now, but my car's driving, that's what matters. So we're on our way out to Balumba Creek, which is actually in the Kenilworth region, which some people probably are more familiar with. I mean, if you think Kenilworth, you probably think of Kenilworth Bakery. It's a pretty cool place, you need to go check it out. There's definitely a lot out here, has a lot to offer. You've got the Conondale rivers, there's actually a few creek crossings in Balumba, and Kenilworth actually has a little bit of four-wheel driving as well. So I actually haven't done too much out here, so I'm pretty excited to come out here and check it out. I have looked it up online and seen some of the creek crossings and waterholes that Balumba has, and man, they look amazing. So I can't wait to get back over onto the dirt and check it all out. I've done Fraser before we did Glasshouse, so I've done sand and mud. I tell you what, going through this fresh water crossing feels so good right now.
Yeah. You can't miss, no, you pay for my life. You don't switch, no, you stay by my side. Help me listen and wait on you.
This, I literally feel like I'm in far, far, far north Queensland. This is so tropical and so pretty since we got in here. I can't even explain. How good is this breeze?
So pretty. As soon as we turn off that main road down here, it just gets better and better the more you move into the camp. Speaking of, I'm pretty sure this is our campsite right here that I'm pulling up to. Do we want to and jump out and check it out, or are we going to continue on with our day?
Look, I've seen it and I want to see more things. Let's keep going.
Alright, let's park up and go for a walk.
So just a little bit of BTS action from Red Dirt Diary, because obviously it's just the girls and the star of the show, me, at the moment. This is usually what this looks like. They walk away. Oh no, one of them stopped. Uh-oh, I think she hasn't talking about her. She's definitely onto it. Yep, there it is. I'll get back to you later.
Yes, I'm the one that you love. Grace from above.
It's so clear.
He's gorgeous. Isn't he?
Yes, you're the one. Grace from above. Give me back my life. You brought me out of the mud. Chaos burn all my pieces inside. Nothing gonna shake me, but they've been tried. I know that I'm saving you. It's winning time.
This is probably about 800 meters from our campsite. It's actually a beautiful little spot. The water's so blue. It's great for a little swimming hole. I mean, it's not that sunny, but it's still nice to enjoy, even though it's raining. But I hear there's plenty more water holes and waterfalls even to check out. So I think we'll spend a little bit longer here, and I think we go do some more exploring. Let's go find a waterfall. So hot, it'd be nice if it rained. Oh, it'd be nice if it rained, wouldn't it? Walking in the rain. Miserable job. Look at the face on it. Alright, so we found a little waterfall, but apparently this goes on for a fair while, so there might be a potential to find some more swimming holes or waterfalls. So I think we might continue on a little bit and see what else we can find.
Weather bring you down. Anyway, so we've left, even though you can't tell. We're walking back to the car. It's raining a little bit, but it's alright. I wanted to freshen up. Anyway, breeze in a shit mood, but that's cool. We should walk a bit faster. And from here we want to go back to our campsite. Probably stay in the rain a little bit more. Nah, okay. We're going back to the campsite. We're going to set up the awnings, we're going to bunker down next to the creek side and get warm, get toasty, maybe prepare some warm dinner and start hanging out. But getting dry, it's going to be, well, thank God for seat covers, I guess. That's all I can really say.
Good evening. Hundreds of homes are flooded tonight.
The so-called rain bomb.
Absolutely incredible scenes.
Oh, I couldn't see it enough, but that was... Yeah, they fell pieces of the storm drain thing that was pushed across the road, so it busted that. It must be gone to hard.
As you guys can probably tell straight away, we are not at the original campsite where we were last night. It was a little bit crazy, but in the middle of the night we had to call it and pack up camp and try to drive to higher ground. We were camped a little bit close to a creek and we started getting text messages about flood warnings that we never thought were possible until we started to see the amount of water that was collecting around us. So we packed up, it was a bit dramatic, and we drove to some higher ground, which is where we found us now, where we've had to try to get through the rest of the night.
Yeah, look, it was pretty crazy. I'm pretty glad that we left Balloomba Creek, because actually it's 2 creek crossings we have to do to get in and out. So we stayed there. One, those crossings could have raised dramatically, stopping us from getting through. Plus, like Bridget was saying, our campground was literally flooding. And you know, just even driving out last night, the rain was bucking down. We had to stop multiple times just because we couldn't see while we were driving. There was trees on the road. It was absolutely nuts. The whole kind of southeast Queensland has just been torn up by this storm. So we had to move and we found high ground, and I guess this is what we have to deal with.
And look, this episode was obviously a big bad wheeling planned episode. We ended up having breakages, the crew has changed, and now we had to go through a flooding experience. Red Dirt Diary, it's very common that it never seems to go to plan, but we're really honest with you guys. So if you guys like seeing the raw, the honest, the behind the scenes footage like this, let us know, put it into the comment, and we will continue making badass videos like this for you guys. But just let us know.
Yeah, that's it. Let us know what you like to see, and we'll produce it.
See you next time. Red Dirt Diary, when it's a bit drier. You.
Roll over. Woo! Up, they got it run.
Oh, jeez, that was a good rollover.
Wow.
Just gonna have a nap.
Anyway.
And here we go.
Just because it's raining doesn't mean the fun has to stop. You get wet anyway, so maybe get wetter. Go for a swim.
Cool. Let's get wet.
Is the water supposed to be inside or outside the car?
No, I think inside's alright.
Inside?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Got a sweet then.
Yeah.
It's so wet.
Do we want to document this or what? Can someone turn the camera on? Because I think anyone's capturing this moment. God forbid we miss something, because it's thriving here right now. It's raining. When anyone's here in the middle of the bush. Quickly roll the cameras, guys. Jesus.
Are they on?
Yeah.
Hold on, man. We got problems. Are they on? I just drove all the way here with them on. We drove past a police officer. Well.
Forward driving today, so we're doing a trackside talk with some top people of the forward drive industry. So we're going to load of questions for them. That's
Hot people. Hot people.
Yeah, boys.
Yeah, boys. I don't need no
Boys are
Let's just run this one. Run this one. Start the episode.
Wrap it up, we're done.
Oh, we're happy. We're good. I'm taking that. I'm going. Take it from the heart, eh? Yeah.
Boys got what they needed.
Alright.
What did he say earlier, Bridget? Something about a slippery
I
seat.
like that one. Just roll the episode. Let's go.
Pack. Turns out you can actually hook these.
That's hot, weirdly. Yeah, carry on.
I want to see a normal. Oh, listen to that. I want to see a normal car drive it, then I'll decide whether I'm going to drive it or not.
Did you get a bit wet? A bit wet on the lens.
Is there water on my lens?
A little bit. You like that audio? OnlyFans. Like, subscribe, follow. Only $7.95 a month. Exclusive content. More ones, subscribe. Amazing. Alright, cheers. See you in the morning. It's about to get embarrassing. Cut the cameras.